For me, the stability in the grip, that's actually really helped and really improved. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's a huge change, but you've kept all the core blade feel, but it just gives you a little bit more kind of pop and a little bit more oomph, and that stability, just like when you're under a bit of pressure, you just feel like it's got you, you know what I mean? So.
I think it's interesting how it's still able to generate a lot of the power, and you still get that kind of like you said, like stiffer feeling on the frame. But then with the added kind of, with the Pro Staff, obviously it's a super heavy, not as maneuverable kind of racket, whereas this you can manipulate the ball quite comfortably, especially when you're, moving close to the baseline, coming into the net. It's very easy to move around, something I don't really get as much from the Pro Staff. It's better for like serving and things like that. So yeah, I was actually really impressed.
I'd say it's just like, it gives you a little bit more spin, but then I don't know if that's because you trust the racket a little bit more, because you do feel like it's got a bit more stability. But yeah, as well, you just feel like you can just really commit with it. But yeah, I'd say, again, everything is very high, like the quality's good. I mean, you can get a really good shape on the ball, you can maneuver your shots, you can get that feeling where you can adapt the shot with it, so it's a beautiful racket for that. It was more the fact that you trusted the racket a little bit more. You could just kind of let it go and just let the racket do the work a bit more, whereas I feel like the V8, you kind of had to put a little bit of work into it. With the V9, it's just like, it just feels a lot more effortless, and you get that pop and that kind of direct ball flight, which I like with the blade.
I mean, for the weight of racket it is, and the setup, I think the stability, it performs really well in that area. It was something I was really surprised with. I kind of expected it to feel, because I've never really tried a blade before. It seems to have kind of, for a lighter racket than I'm used to, it performs really well in that area, being very stable on the ball and doesn't feel like it kind of, wobbles when you hit it or anything like that. For me, it's the way I play. Like, I play with quite a lot of spin, and I like to be quite aggressive with the ball flight, whereas players that like to hit the ball a little bit flatter, maybe, I can see how that would be really effective, just because it gives you that added bit of control and it doesn't quite fly as much off the strings. So I think they both have their benefits. I think it just depends how you play.
It was just more the natural ball flight. I just really like the way that you just, same strokes first time using it, and the ball just kind of went up and dipped and had that nice kind of rainbow effect, which the 1820, I would say it's more of a direct ball flight. But I mean, for me personally, I mean, the way that I play is kind of, a kind of aggressive baseline, or you try to use the speed, so I need sometimes to get that shape quite easily to get me back into some points. So I mean, it was just that easy natural ball flight, and the way you can just, like, you can whip and dip it a little bit, and like on the passer you can kind of flick round it and get that up and down, when it's short, whereas the 1820 is just a little bit flatter through the court. It's just a little bit tougher to get that down, but yeah, I mean, still a great racket.
I think it's a really high quality string. I think that the feel of it is quite soft, but you actually get a lot out of it, which is not normally the case. It's either like quite soft and not, you don't get much bite out of the ball, where it feels like it grips it quite a lot, but it's also quite a nice feeling on the shot.
Yeah, I mean, volleys I found just like solid. It was a bit more of that kind of like brick wall feeling, that you just like, you punch it and it would hold and it was stable. Whereas yeah, the VA, it was a little like, on a few of them, the trickier ones, you'd have to try and maneuver it a bit more and flicky. Whereas this just feels solid and it's just like punchy. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I found it, really easy. I found the 16-19 a lot easier to use for the slice. Just, I think with the string pattern, the ball just naturally just adapts well to the spin that you get from it. But then, I mean, the 18-20 you can flatten it off really well too. It's quite a a hard hitter's racket. So.
I think personally, I think this one's a way better looking racket than the. I like the green, but I think this looks absolutely stunning.
See, I think it looks like the Ultra though. This is where my brain is like.
What is the colour? Is it like turquoise, emerald? Yeah, something like that. But I think it looks really cool how they've matched the string to the racket. I think that I've not really seen many other people doing that.